So thank you guys so much for coming in to our second AMA, or the second Genesis AMA that we have. I have Brett and Ryan here. Brett and Ryan are the co-founders. We're waiting for James, but we'll just start a little bit. And thank you guys so much for coming in. My name is Mark. I'm the community manager, and yeah, we got some great news, by the way, when it comes to like partnerships and everything. But I just want to give you guys a sneak peek. We are partnering with a very big launchpad. So if you guys could take a guess on what it is, that you could, you know, could drop it in the chat. But we're partnering. We're a very big launchpad. Their platform's color is dark purple and pink, so that's giving off the, you know, the sneak peek already. But yeah, without further ado, if you, Brett, if you could share, or you could shed some light on how that potential partnership is actually going to work, and share it to the amazing people that we have here, that'd be great. And after that, we'll hop on into our artists who've actually worked with very big, heavy companies like Disney and whatsoever. But yeah, take it away, Brett.
Sounds good. Thanks so much, Mark. Can everybody hear me in the chat? Sweet. So, guys, as he said, we were able to have a fantastic partnership with a launchpad. Uh, the idea behind it was that we were trying to be able to build some momentum leading up to the Genesis Pass. And we knew we wanted to work with the best people in the space, whether or not we could have an official partnership or be on their launchpad. We just wanted to get connected with some fantastic people. And long story short, the call went so well that we were not only accepted into their launchpad, but they want to be able to do a long term partnership, which is right up our alley. And so I will end the suspense. We are going to be on Magic Eden's launchpad, which, if you guys know, is, in our opinion, the top launchpad for Solana NFTs, and really is one of the top marketplaces, launchpads in the entire world. Great team, phenomenal vision. And to quote them exactly, it was something where they hear pitches all the time. The head of Launchpad that we actually met with said that it was one of the best pitches that he has ever heard. And so for us, it's phenomenal because we went in just trying to be able to have a conversation. And we now can be able to have a super viable partner to be able to go through this mint, but even heading post mint. And so, what that partnership could be able to look like is really being able to provide immediate value for Genesis Pass holders and really everybody a part of the community, but also being able to leverage that relationship with Magic Eden to be able to gain other partners. And so, what we've been working on is really defining these cornerstone partners that we could be able to be working with, as well as being able to kind of look at the next 3 to 4 years plus of this project and say, we're going to be able to have a successful mint. What else do we want to be able to do? Because for those of you that have looked at the ecosystem and are seeing this bot, know that that is the tip of the iceberg with what we're building in this ecosystem. And so Magic Eden, again, 90% of Solana's NFT volume. They've done billions of dollars worth of transaction volume, phenomenal launchpad, great advisory arm, deep relationships, as you guys know, in the space, and it is a absolute win across the really any way you look at it for us. So we're extremely excited to be able to share a little bit more about that information, and we will keep you posted on that relationship and how it continues to be able to develop. We've already started to flesh out a couple of benefits that you could be able to have by being a Genesis NFT holder, but we're just very early on in conversations. But the idea being that by being a Genesis Pass NFT holder for Brass Synergy, if in the future you wanted to be able to launch a project on Magic Eden, one of those benefits could be that you could actually have a private call with our core team. We could share more about our experience and do what we could to be able to get you on that launchpad for future projects. And there's several other things that we're going to be talking about with them and other partners. But yeah, super, super great news for us and for you guys. And so we are excited, can't be able to wait to see it play out. And yeah, let's freaking go, man. Let's go. So, Mark, anything else you want to be able to add to that, or Ryan or James, feel free to hop in.
Just really excited. I think this is great. It's a great team over at Magic Eden. Um, Grateful that they are taking the time to work with us, and the call went, really really well. Usually these calls last 15, 30 minutes. Um, our call went well over an hour, um, and that was just the initial call. Which by itself speaks volumes. That the head of their, and it wasn't just a member of their launchpad; it was the primary um, decision maker of their launchpad, the head of their launchpad operations. That was who we were on the call with, and he's booked schedule, very very busy guy, and yeah, took over an hour to meet with us. He's meeting with us again personally because he really wants to help us out. Um, so just very grateful. Super 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 grateful, and I couldn't be more grateful. That's all I can say. Just very grateful. That's it. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, and I'm just going to jump in and piggyback on that too. I mean, we're all super excited about it. Obviously, being in one of the powerhouses in the industry, and truthfully, my favorite part was that the fact that he made a point to tell us that he sits through a bunch of meetings, daily, and continues in the double digits throughout the week, and that it's rare that he comes across, a project like this that he kind of immediately gravitated towards and wanted to get with his team as soon as possible to move forward. So it was super exciting for us because, as well as the call was going, we've had plenty of these calls where we talk to people and things are going really well, but it's usually like, hey, I got to get back to my team before we can officially do something together. And he was just like right away, he was like, no, you guys qualify. He's like, I can't wait to get back to my team and see what we can do moving forward. So super excited for that. And yeah, let's go, guys.
Let's go indeed, Ryan, James. It's such an awesome, It's like I was there on the call. I wasn't able to speak, but damn, that took about like more than an hour, which is such a lovely call. But I wanna talk to you guys about the updates as well on the Genesis Pass, because we've talked about some updates that are upcoming. Do you guys want to share a few things around that, like a little bit of an alpha for our viewers here, since we've reached 20?
Yeah, for sure. So a couple of big things that I'll start with, and then I'll turn it over to Ryan and James. So with regards to the Genesis Pass NFT, after the call that we had with Magic Eden, I don't want to speak for everybody else, but I was basically on a high. And so immediately following that, I started to be able to kind of play out what a relationship with Magic Eden could look like from a partnership standpoint, but also look at the existing communities that we've been talking with, as well as kind of any service provider that we've worked with. And so you guys are well aware that we have a campaign right now on Growthbusters and Magic Eden. And we actually met with the head of BD for Task On. He's actually the one that is working with us for our campaign. And when we were able to share with him that we got into Magic Eden's Launchpad, that we're having a long term partnership with him, we were actually able to re engage the conversation. And he is scheduling a call with us to be able to get on with like the C suite of Task On to be able to have our bot put into their Discord, which for those of you that aren't aware of, they are a community of 500,000 plus people, which basically means that once that gets finalized, we can be able to double our reach of the bot overnight. So we will officially have 1 million user reach at that point in time. So that is a huge benefit to everybody that's in the community, as well as expressing different potential benefits of doing campaigns on Task On. So whether you are going and completing a quest or a gig, or you're a project that's wanting to be able to launch a campaign on there, trying to set up things to where we can drive more awareness to their platform, share our experience of working there, as well as being able to provide value to our entire community. And we've been steadily working on different communities and setting up those agreements. So that way, again, the utility for the Genesis Pass is that at the end of the day, when we're all done, you can be able to get access to top NFT and token launchpads, trading groups, gigs and task companies, accelerators, world renowned investor and founder networks. I've been talking with a group of individuals, just to put it into perspective, where one of the groups for this founder network doesn't even take a call unless it's a minimum $500 million investment, all the way up to 25 billion. That founder networks to be able to turn this into really building the future of yourself, Web3, and the world, being able to have interviewing and resume assistance. I've got calls with individuals that are world renowned speakers, negotiators, people that have been on TED Talks, PR and marketing companies, design companies, which will be sharing a little bit more on the Genesis Pass NFT art, development companies, as well as top Web 2 and Web 3 brands. We want to be the ecosystem that's bridging and unifying Web 2 and Web 3 and showing people that you can be able to have opportunities in Web3 and get into Web2 companies and events. I know that somebody on the previous AMA asked whether or not we were going to try and be able to target just Web3 companies. That is our focus, but we are also in talks with major Web2 brands like Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, Amazon, and NVIDIA. And I'm trying to be able to get individuals and feedback from those organizations to help be the foundation for this project, which again, anybody who's a part of this community, and more importantly, that is a Genesis Pass holder, getting access to these type of people cost tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. And we want to be able to give you guys access to all of that as simple and as streamlined as possible. So that's a couple updates on my end. James, I'm sure you have a ton to be able to share on your side as well.
I don't have a ton, except for I just wanted to kind of go off of a few things you said there, especially about the Web3, Web2, and how we are kind of straddling the best of both worlds, and give a bit more kind of personalization, like some personal background around that. Like, so Mark and I, you see, everybody knows Mark, um, amazing CM. Myself, we both have PFPs up here, right? Famous Fog Federation, Fox Federation, FFF, Solana. So Mark and I, our background is really NFT, Web3, etc. Right? And the reason why we took on this project, like with Brett, over a year ago, Brett and Ryan, when they came to us and spoke about this project, and we wanted to get on full time, was because we saw exactly what Brett just laid out. Is that with our background of the Web3 space, NFTs, DGen, understanding that type of mentality, and then Brett with his just you just heard how he spoke, guys. So, like, come on. Like, what person in Web3 can even speak like that? Nobody, right? Like, his background in the finance industry, his background in the professional corporate world, his background in understanding how these companies, how these organizations work, his background in being able to bridge those worlds, um, to me is more valuable than any top like NFT team that you can think of, because these NFT teams where they struggle, these NFT Web3, they all struggle in one area, and that's trying to bridge the Web2 and Web3 world and bringing in those professional types from the Web2 world, making those inroads with those organizations, speaking to them in a language that they understand, because most Web3 people are like myself. We came up in Web3, we know Web3. We get on a call with these other guys, we have no idea even how to approach. There's very little kind of shared history there. But with Brett and Ryan um, spearheading this, that's what makes me more bullish than anything, is because we have a team that encompasses all of those different things. We have the Web3, we have the degens, we have the NFTs, we have the Web2, we have the finance, we have it all. And bringing that together with you guys, and this collection, and being able to make all of these connections across the board, I don't think we've ever seen anything in NFTs quite like what we're bringing. So just very excited about where we're heading, and what we're building, and let's freaking go.
Yeah, thanks so much, James. Ultimately, with this, we want to be able to shed a light on degens and really everybody in Web3, because if you look at Web2, a lot of times there's a negative connotation with degens. Oh, these guys are just buying these NFTs or these PFPs. They have no idea what they're really doing. But in truth, they understand the market. They understand culture. They understand people. And with Web3, right now on this call, we probably are covering almost every time zone across the entire world. I've never met you guys in person, and Web3 is unifying and bringing people together. And so that's one of several reasons why we are so bullish on this project. We are extremely excited about this. And yeah, when you could be able to bring to the table and say, hey, we're partnering directly with Magic Eden for our launchpad. We are in the room in conversations with people at top, like Fortune 5 companies in the entire world. We are getting connected to some of the leading projects in Web3 that represent the ethos of being a builder and a degen and trying to create a better future for everybody. You just have this perfect opportunity to be able to really make a difference in the space, connect good people with good opportunities, and be able to make a massive amount of impact while we're doing it.
Massive value indeed, Brett. Appreciate it. James, appreciate it too. All of these things, guys, that we're building is only the beginning. And once you see what we're building in the platform, the Genesis, all these cool things, you guys will understand like, oh, okay, this is what I really need. But yeah, just wanted to share to you guys about the Task On campaign as well. If you want to win, or if you want to be a part of that 2000 USDT and 20 NFT giveaway, I've shared the link on how to do it. Let me share my screen as well so that I could help you guys out, guide you while we're here. We have 22 people right now, and I want to share to you guys how it works so you guys know how easy it is to come into TaskOn. So, I shared the link. Let me share the link again for each and every one of you guys, right? And here are the things. Here are the few things that you just need to do. Basically, just try to log in with your just log in with any account that is required here, and then after that is follow the finish the Twitter task. Basically, follow us on Twitter, like a specific tweet that is binded here. Quote the specific tweet and tag three of your friends. If you're missing one, feel free to add me too. Like, just feel free to tag me too. Feel free to tag the co-founders, right? But yeah, and follow TaskOn on Twitter. That should finish you up with the Twitter task. And then next is just join the Brass Synergy Discord. There should be since you are already here, there's just only a way for you guys to just click verify, and that's an automatic thing, right? Then after that is you just basically create a profile over at Brass Synergy, and basically just need to create a profile, and then that's very quick. It would take you about less than 5 minutes, or even take you about less than 3 minutes. And after that is joining the allow list here, and then just verify that I'm not a robot. Yes, I'm not a robot. And then tag complete, and you should qualify for one of the winners, the one of the potential winners of the 2000 USDT, and also 20 NFT giveaway. So yeah, how cool is that, right? Where's Discord? Let me try Discord. There you go. Yeah, and for our for our co-founders here, I want to share, or I want them to share who our artist is. But just a few sneak peek, guys. This guy have worked with Marvel. You guys don't know Marvel, like Iron Man, blah blah, MCU, Thanos. We have Disney as well. We have Pixar. We have Capcom, like Mega Man, for like the '90s kid out here. But yeah, I so yeah, Brett, if you could take that away, introduce our artists, that'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. So our artist was actually the principal artist and creative director for Futureverse. For those of you who don't know, Futureverse is a multi-billion dollar brand in Web3. Ton of stuff with regards to metaverse. He's done over $25 million collectively in different NFT collections. Worked for Disney, Pixar, Marvel. I mean, you name it, he's really done it. Has well over 30 years experience as everything from creative director to designer to artist. And one of the things that was really interesting to me was that he's been in Web 2 and he's also been in Web 3, because there's a different type of art in Web 3 than there is in Web 2. You can be a fantastic artist, but it's just a different style. So he has done multiple $1 million mints. He's done collection sizes of all the way up to 10,000 plus, down to I think the lowest collection that he's ever done has been just over 1,000. All fully custom, all the way to like full animations, 3D, 2D. He has done it, and he's actually worked directly with other team members, because one of the things that you always worry about is bringing in somebody and adding them to the team, and how are they going to be able to fit. So it's one of the reasons why we really wanted to work with James and Mark, because they've previously worked together. Same thing with our CMO and our tech advisor. as well as several other advisors. They've all worked together. And so I don't want to give his name away yet, just because he's trying to be able to make some updates to all of his profiles. But that is a little bit of his background, just to put it into perspective. Normally, for a mint of a full 10,000 collection, he's been charged upwards of 250,000 plus. So he actually did a collection for Marvel where he did 3D animated avatars for Marvel, whether it was like the superhero figures that you know of, all the way down to like little figurines and different people that were involved in the production. So they actually had lifelike avatars created, and yeah, it was $250,000 bill plus a portion of royalties and things like that associated with it. So huge experience in the space, and we are extremely lucky to be able to have him helping us. So with that, Mark, do we want to? I can share my screen, or you can, and we can kind of give them a sneak peek of the early stage concepts of where we're at. We'll kind of won't give away too much, but we'll let people kind of see some of what he has done thus far.
I mean, if you could share that, that'd be great. Cause I have the recorder here. I might share a little bit too much, just because of
Yeah,
excitement.
no, for sure. Give me 1 second, and I'll share my screen, and I can walk you guys through uh, some of the specifics of what he is capable of.
Is this the sneak peek? Sneak peek? Or are we going over his previous work? What is it?
This will be the sneak peek. Sneak peek.
Let's go. All right, cool.
All right, I have to leave and come back. I will be right back to be able to update my settings because Discord is being a little mean to me right now. But I will be right back, and I will share. Just talk amongst yourselves, kind of thing.
All
So
right.
I just want to say real quick, while he's getting that, what we're bringing up right now as far as the sneak peek is, it's a lot of concepts. It's a lot of concepts. We really want to make sure that we show you guys these things as we're building this out, because at the end of the day, you're the ones that are going to be using these NFTs, getting the value from these NFTs, and we want to build with you. It's been a core principle of ours from the very beginning, that it's the reason why we started this community about a year ago, before we really had anything to go off of. We wanted to, and we had like I think 20 or 30 people that we regularly spoke with in the community to get their feedback, get their ideas. So any ideas, any concept, thoughts, questions as we're showing these, which ones you like, anything like that, just drop it in the chat. And we really want to hear what you guys have to say.
For sure. Can everybody see my screen?
Yep.
All right. So these are some of the initial concepts that he came up with. And the idea, and we'll go through several of them. We won't give too much away, but as you can see, he plays a lot with texture and animations, and he can actually create custom passes with animations that the fabric can be almost like a carbon fiber that moves. So if you think of like world renowned brands like Louis Vuitton, for example, we could be able to have something like that, dark mode, light mode, depending on your preference. I know that I'm definitely a dark mode kind of guy, but it is there. Crypto Mufti, can you see my screen now? Okay, Mark, you can see the screen. Can everybody else?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so other people can be able to see it. Yeah, I'd say try and be able to reconnect to be able to see. Fantastic. So yeah, if you could be able to reconnect, but all of this can be animated across the board. So this is kind of the first concept that he created. The second concept is a little bit more colorful, that you can kind of be able to see, very Tron-esque, much more kind of Web3, with a custom Genesis pass that allows you to have different animation. So you can imagine kind of like these blockchain like tech stuff being able to come back in, rotations, all the sort of things here. The level of detail that he can be able to provide just in custom backgrounds with loop animation is pretty incredible. And this to him was kind of representing like a hard wallet that was there. He also kind of continued to be a play around with that when we're talking about like bridging and unifying Web 2 and Web 3, and really taking over society as a whole to become the place where people can be able to interact, as well as kind of showing people that this is kind of the highest quality that you can be able to have. So being able to have more like a laser cut edge kind of thing, cityscapes, changing coloration, different animations. He started playing around with that to be able to see kind of the card linked to different surfaces and what that would be. He then started playing around with different avatars. You can see down in the bottom some of his previous work that he's done, different companies that he's worked with. So like BMW, for example, multiple different metaverse, different companies that you could be able to have, and having like an avatar that you could be able to identify with the past, different animations, things like that, as well as having like a custom suit with everything. Okay, we love the gold and black. I'm interested to hear you guys' feedback, because as a team, we've kind of deliberated a bunch. We've gotten a bunch of other things thus far, which is really cool. So that's concept 4. Concept 5 was more of kind of like a forging element that we played around with our logo being able to come together, being able to play around with different backgrounds. We've continued to explore that a little bit. Concept 6 is playing around with like an avatar, but a little bit closer up. And you can see the level of detail that he's going into with like hand placement, for example, and really playing around with perspectives, backgrounds, animations, things like that. Being able to have a super, super detailed brass avatar, and again, experimenting with backgrounds and animation. Concept 7, which for you guys that may have seen it on our previous campaign, being able to play around with a real figurine avatar, experimenting with backgrounds and things like that, but being able to have this super 3D detailed model and experimenting around across the board. Now, one thing that he has a lot of experience with is actually taking avatars and being able to put them into metaverse environments, where we could be able to have an avatar that you could basically put into like Call of Duty, for example, be able to get fully integrated with any futureverse or metaverse. It could be Unreal Engine as well as other different platforms. And the idea is that potentially long term, you could actually integrate that with a user. So you could be in a metaverse environment, go to one of our virtual events with it, and have it set up to where as you move, your avatar moves, kind of things. So again, these are very early concepts. We're still exploring a bunch of different elements across the board. We've gotten different feedback from different people, like different things. Some people really like the avatar side of things. Some people like the pass. Some people are like, I like different elements from all of them. But the idea is that just as a sneak peek, you guys can see the level of detail that we're going into. And I have no doubt that whatever design and concept that we go with, we'll be able to have something that is pretty incredible and unlike things that are seen on the market, because we wanted it to be representative of our brand while also being able to be, yeah, now I like everything. That's the problem, is like I like elements from different things. And so as we start to be able to play around and do different concepts, it starts to be able to say, man, I really like that one. And then you go back to it 10 minutes later, and it's like, no, I really like concept two because I love like the background and everything. It's like, well, no, I like the cityscape. That's really cool. No, I really like the custom avatar. Like there's a lot of applications there. And so, like James said, we are a community first project. So everything that we are doing within reason, can't give away proprietary information, but we want to get feedback from you guys and show you that we're not just talking about building something that is pretty incredible, we're actually doing it. And so on these future concepts, we'll be sharing kind of as we progress through the stages, not only with this, but with other things that we can be able to build together. So, Mark, I'm sorry. I know that went probably a little bit over what you wanted to allocate for this, but any questions or things that you want to add before I kind of stop sharing my screen?
Ask now, guys. Ask now, or forever hold your peace. I'm just kidding.
I just gotta say, I like what Joy, just said. Everything's already superb quality. How much more when yeah, and that's the thing is these are the artists' concepts. I've seen NFTs that are released that don't even look as cool as some of these concepts, right? Like, and these are just like he just kind of put together and said, "What do you guys think?" and probably maybe spent an hour or something on it, right? Because like on one concept, he probably spent an hour because that's the level of this artist. Is this is just kind of what he can throw together. Imagine when we actually get something down and we say this is what we want, and he actually spends time. Uh, just it's gonna be next level. It's gonna be so cool.
I mean, the level.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean,
So team, I see there's a ton of comments coming back and forth, and I absolutely love it. And I would just like to kind of see if we get things just a little bit more refined because I love the passion behind everything. If you all could just take a quick minute and just throw down which of the 7 concepts you like, just number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or maybe you like 2 and 3 or something like that. The comments are coming in so fast. It's awesome. It's actually kind of funny. It's hard to keep up. So, yeah, there you go, James. Take up half the page.
and if you like elements of multiple different things, let us know. So, say that you like concept 7 or concept 6, but you like it with kind of the purple background kind of thing. Like that's the beauty is we have so much versatility with this artist that he can be able to take different elements and create us something that is completely unique while also being able to have something that gives us a bunch of different versatility. So I'm kind of scrolling through a little bit quick just to kind of give you guys, again, these are concepts. This is like James said, literally I spoke with him yesterday. This was about 45 minutes worth of work with each one, and he hasn't even had his team go in to be able to do it. But the level of detail is he was asking about thread counts on a suit and being able to say, I can do any background you want in the entire world. I can animate it, but if you like the avatar, what do you like? What eye color? What accessories do you want with that? When it came to the pass, it was okay, how many degrees of detail do you want to be able to have on the actual pass itself? So incredible where we're at, and we are just at the beginning. So
I know that let's see, Elect said she really liked the purple. She likes purple, so that's cool. What else, guys? What other things do you like? Numbers, concepts, colors. What do you not like? Even what do you like? What do you not like? Anything. We'd appreciate any feedback from you guys. Anything at all.
merge everything.
Okay, sure. All right.
It would be unique.
Yeah. Can I see the one more? Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll go back to the top. So this is concept 1. We had a couple people that liked this with the black and the white with the pass. Concept 2 is something similar, but just different colors. So again, playing around, I have to say, like, I'm a sucker for purple as well. I do
Yeah, I
not
like
like
that too.
anything that we've done are great.
I like that too. Either 2 or 7's my favorite. The purple with that background just looks so classy and so modern and so nice.
Yeah, and I like the purple background up above better than this purple, personally.
Agreed. Like if we put that guy onto the kind of digital purple background, could look really cool.
Yeah.
Like that. That's exactly what we were talking about with that purple kind of neon background. Kind of cityscape, but with the guy on top of it, exactly. So now I'm thinking about I actually like 6 too. Yeah, I like 6 a lot.
Yeah. I like personally, and this is kind of how we have discussions. So you guys are breaking the fourth wall here. But for me personally, I like the avatar in 7 more than I do in 6. I like the background in 6 far better than I like the background in 7. So, but, getting you guys' feedback in this is, critical. And if you like it with the pass versus without, like, that's super helpful to be able to see. So the golden dew complements the chosen colors. I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Concept 3 and concept 6. Okay.
And what do you guys think about the pass? Like, do you like the idea of the pass? Do you like the idea of the avatar holding the pass? The ID, the credit card looking thing, the pass, right? Like, what do you guys think? And it's okay, you could be completely honest. We want 100% honesty. Six B. What is 6B?
6B is this. So it seems like everybody likes this background
6B. Yeah.
more than this one. Now, what do you like about 6B, Joy? Do you like the pass being gold versus this, or is it the background? Because the rest of it is the same exact thing. And again, there's no right or wrong answer. Okay, Mark, you like 6B too. The background and the pass. Okay.
Now I know we're throwing a lot at you guys, so feel free to like stagger your answers. But kind of like what Mark and I'm sorry, what
Ah,
James and Brett were saying. Do you guys like seeing the pass? Do you not like seeing the pass? Um, so don't forget to answer that too, because that definitely helps us
like
narrow things down.
KK just said, the past detail isn't too much. That's a great point. It's that if we're gonna have the avatar, making sure the past detail is kind of more muted, so it doesn't detract away from the overall composition. I like that a lot. That's a great point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I will agree that like if you're looking at that avatar between 6A and 6B, 6B goes together better than 6A does. So because the 6A kind of clashes.
It seems like that seems to be people's favorite. Now, with that, because it seems like you guys like it with the pass versus without. Now, how would you guys feel if we did 6B, but with the avatar in 7?
Like
So,
if it
like,
was so you're saying like if it was the full avatar with the hand and the pass?
yeah, and we could play around with poses. Like the artist can do everything, but instead of like this caliber of an avatar, having something that's more like HD kind of thing. So whether he's holding it or whether it's floating, kind of like this, or whether it's like the arms cross, look, because it seems as though everybody is interested in having the avatar and the pass together. Is what I'm gathering from the audience. Is that correct? See a bunch of people typing.
Yeah, the suspense is killing me.
Yeah, exactly. I know how you guys felt last week when we didn't do like a little bit of a giveaway, but or even like if we had a composition similar to this and it just had the 7 but
Hey, hey.
that's making a statement.
Yeah.
But it seems to everybody like we all like the purple-ish background kind of thing. And we all like the avatar with the pass. So now it's really just a question of like from a composition standpoint, because that's a great point. Being able to have it be a little bit more minimalistic with the pass. So the focus is more on the avatar, the full avatar holding the pass and then zooms into 6B.
Ooh, that's cool.
Okay. I know he said that he can play with animation and like perspectives and camera angles. So like if we wanted to do
Like
something like
if it
that.
starts pretty far out, so you can't see, like the pass is just kind of there, but you don't really know what it is. But then when it zooms in, it's like 6B where it's like there, and then like 5, 6 frames of it zoomed in. So that's like the main NFT. But then we also get like the larger avatar as well. That's kind of cool.
You know, something kind of dawned on me too. You know, it's a Genesis Pass and things like that. When you know the way we're doing everything and stuff like that, I think about like obviously we all think about the special access and stuff. What if you did it like kind of like a backstage pass? Like maybe I don't know, maybe it's like hanging around his neck instead of actually holding it, and it's just kind of like down below in the middle or something like that. Like it's just a concept that popped off the top of my head. Might not be the right thing, but just thought I'd throw it out there.
That's definitely an idea. It's not a bad one either. Hmm. Well, there's definitely a lot that we can be able to play with based on this conversation with everything. And it's a conversation that we can continue to be able to have like in the general chat as well. So that way, like when we meet every week, we'll have updates for you guys on, hey, here's kind of some of the feedback that we were able to take away from different things. Because we can have the artist go on a concept to where, hey, we want to see where the pass, we want to see just the avatar, we want to see the avatar with the pass, and what does that look like, kind of thing, or different poses. But the main takeaway is, at least from what I'm gathering from the chat, is that people are not disappointed. So I think we did
And
our job.
and I think also we can venture to say, at least with this small group, and thank you guys for everybody saying what they think, is that the close up concept, the closer up concept of the avatar, it seems people were drawn to much more than the standing avatar, which is an interesting takeaway.
Yeah, it definitely is. Sweet. Well, thanks so much, guys, for kind of your feedback on this. We'll continue to be able to keep you updated on it. Like I said, this isn't the only time you're going to be able to see a lot of this. And as we continue to be able to develop it and get feedback from our community, Magic Eden, we're interested to see what they have to say with everything. But no, no comment or idea is bad. Like James said, we're trying to be able to build transparently, and you guys are a part of this project as well. So, Mark, do we have any other questions that we wanted to be able to go through on this AMA?
None. I think everything is covered, and to be honest with you, I'm pretty much very bullish, man. The value that we're going to bring. But before we go, I'd like to share like just one more thing for everybody since we have 19 people left, the people that left, it's okay, it's fine. We will be doing a mint um, raffle. So we're giving away a few free NFT for the people who will be grinding on our specific Zeely. So we will be starting a another Zeely that you guys could do anything like Genesis related stuff, like helping us out with, liking and sharing out Genesis things. You complete the campaign, you send us the details, and then that's pretty much it. That gives you the spot to where you could potentially win one of these NFTs, right?
Speaking of that, Mark, do you want to give them all some points
Yeah.
for being here? Everybody that stayed through and is here towards the end, and let's give some points out.
I was actually about to say that too, but JPS, could you give them 20? Let's give them 20. 20 points for everybody who stayed through in the call. So thank you guys so much for being here. Appreciate you guys. But anything that you guys would like to share, like Ryan, Brett, James, before we go?
Just want to thank everybody again. Couldn't be here without you. Wouldn't be here without you. Every time I get off these AMAs, I'm more and more and more and more and more excited because of you guys. You guys are the life of what we're doing here, and truly appreciate every single one of your comments and questions and ideas that you brought up in this call. Please, please continue to do that in the future AMAs because we want to build with you. So thank you guys. So grateful to have you here.
Yeah, echoing a lot of James's statements, we can't do what we want to be able to do without you guys. And so every idea, comment, feedback, good or bad, is helpful. I mean, just you saw how we were able to, in a matter of 10 minutes, being able to share a lot of these ideas with you guys. We could have just held and say, hey, this is what we're doing, no feedback from the community, and it would have been great. But that's not what we're trying to do here. So definitely continue the conversation. If you guys have any ideas that you want to be able to share on future AMAs or other questions, let us know. And again, super, super excited for everything we're building, all the participation. I'm sure you guys have seen the Discord has grown by, Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's like 25 or 30% over the last week and is continuing to be able to do so.
Yeah, 30%.
And bot usage way up, way up, way up. 11x, 11x.
Yeah. If that's a coin, bro, I'm going to be a millionaire.
Love it. Well, again, thank you guys so much for attending the call. Ryan, any final words before we let Mark close it out?
I honestly, I just want to really reiterate to everybody and just, really drive this one home is that, you know, when we started this thing way back when, like the one thing we always kept at our core was like we want feedback from everybody in the community. So please don't be afraid to voice anything that like, dislike, something you want to see. Maybe something you've seen like a part of another ecosystem that like you saw it was an issue and you tried to bring it up and they just didn't want to do anything about it. Like a lot of things that this team has built was because we were part of other communities that either a didn't have the same vision, b was going down some sort of a line, and we made recommendations and they just didn't want to take it under advisement or anything else like that, or just see we just saw a problem with the industry as a whole and we wanted to fix it. So it's been a big you know, combination of things that has gotten us this far, and we definitely want to continue that with you guys. So again, just feel free to anything bring up to Mark, James, throw it in the comments, general chat, doesn't matter. It will be seen, and yeah, well, like we could always talk about it during AMAs or whatever else. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. And we're doing this weekly till we're going to do the mint. So, if you guys want to learn more about what the Genesis Pass is and get some alpha straight from our wonderful co founders here, always attend the AMAs on Monday And also, you'll get tons of points on this one for tomorrow's weekly raffle, wherein we're going to give away prizes tomorrow too. So see you guys tomorrow, and thank you guys so much, James, Brett, Ryan. Appreciate you guys, and yeah, see you guys. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.